NBC Right Now. Your local news at 6.
The defense attorney in a local murder trial wants the case thrown out. So what went on in the courtroom today? Coming up.
Could we soon see advertisements for pot stores on TV? We'll find out what the State Liquor Control Board has to say about it. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Shane Ettinger.
And I'm Meredith Boggs. A dramatic scene this afternoon in a Yakima courtroom as the defense in the trial about the brutal murder of a local real estate broker raised some serious objections.
The entire case about the death of Vern Holberg is now in jeopardy. Chris Luther joins us live outside the courthouse. Chris, what happened?
Shane and Meredith, the trouble for prosecution started before the trial was even in session today. The defense attorney raised multiple objections, saying the prosecution did not fully disclose all the information that witnesses were going to testify about today. When court was then called into session, the state called multiple investigators as witnesses who testified about evidence they sampled in the case. One witness described finding what they believed was the murder weapon. Now, while all this was going on, the defense was raising the same objections, claiming the testimony wasn't relevant. Here's the investigator describing the suspected murder weapon and the defense's objection.
There was a orange-handled box cutter.
And why did you take that out of all the other items that you saw there in the trunk?
It had red-brown staining on it. We tested it. It was positive for the presence of blood.
This is not a trial. This is just not a trial. And I think Your Honor knows that. And that's all I have to say. And I'm moving for an immediate dismissal.
That is one of the most extreme remedies under the situation that I don't feel we're there yet. So I am going to deny that motion or that request by defense. I will note their objection for the record.
The prosecution claims they did properly prepare the defense. The judge sided with the defense's argument, but didn't think the errors from the prosecution gave grounds for a full dismissal. So now the trial of Daniel Blizzard will continue, but it continues in a very precarious situation. Live in Yakima, Chris Luther, NBC Right Now.
Thank you, Chris. Well, could we soon see advertisements for pot stores on TV or in the newspaper? Don Grenice is taking a look at some of the questions the State Liquor Control Board is getting asked when it comes to pot advertising. Don, how are they responding?
Well, Shane, they've released a list of frequently asked questions along with their answers. Now, some of these questions seem warranted, like can the delivery trucks have logos on them? Others are a little more out there, like can my business have a mascot that promotes pot? Many of the restrictions on these ads were included in Initiative 502, and they're designed to keep marijuana promotions from reaching children. Businesses aren't allowed to put logos on cars if they could drive by schools. They also can't create mascots or advertising characters that could be appealing to kids.
There are things that are in the law that are very specific about what you can and can't do. These new businesses also have some rights under the First Amendment. So what we're trying to do is to give them some guidance so that they can understand how they can go forward and stay in compliance.
Many of these rules don't apply to similar legal adult industries like beer or liquor businesses. Pot businesses are allowed to make use of online advertising tools like social media and websites, but they need to be restricted to only adults. Live in the studio, Don Grenice, NBC Right Now.
Thanks, Don. The Morrow County Sheriff says a fast-moving fire last night burned 2 sheds, 5 vehicles, some farm equipment, and a mobile home. Jeff Cutsforth says his dog alerted him about the fire on his property along Marquardt Road near Lexington just before 5 last night. Firefighters say the fire moved quickly, fueled by 25-mile-per-hour winds. Neighboring ranchers and fire departments from nearby towns helped to put the fire out. Deputies say a small white car was seen leaving the area at the time of the fire. They don't know if the people in the car had anything to do with the fire, but investigators would like to speak with them. And a fire that sparked early this morning quickly grew to more than 20,000 acres because of high winds today. Walla Walla County fire officials say it started near Lower Monument Road and Wooden Road near Prescott. It's called the Monument Road Fire, and around 100 firefighters from several local agencies battled it throughout the day. By late afternoon, a Type 3 incident management team was ordered from the Tri-Cities area. No buildings are threatened at this time.
Washington has seen its fair share of natural disasters this year, whether it's the wildfires that swept through the state this summer or the Osa mudslide that killed 43 people. Caitlin Wilson spoke with Yakima Search and Rescue today to find out how people can be prepared in the event of an emergency. Caitlin.
Meredith, it's National Preparedness Month, and the Red Cross is making sure everyone knows what to do in a crisis by creating a disaster plan for their home. Washington is no stranger to natural disasters. After the Oso mudslide, Carlton Complex fires, and most recently the Snag Canyon fires near Ellensburg.
Our livelihood, our experience of good times, bad times, everything right here, it's gone, vanished because of a fire.
Oftentimes, the cause of these disasters is unavoidable. But Yakima Search and Rescue told me they've seen too many people lose their homes because they either aren't prepared or don't take the evacuation seriously.
Mother Nature is an awesome force, whether it be in that mudslide, whether it be in that wildfire. The only thing you can really do is get out of Mother Nature's way when that occurs.
Town says he sees people get so wrapped up in their property and belongings that they forget the basic rule of thumb, to get out of Mother Nature's way. But there are things each homeowner can do to keep their homes protected if a fire starts.
Clear out brush and debris from around your residence, trying to keep fire away if it should come your way, and that helps protect your home.
They also say each household should have a plan. Family members should have a backup way to contact each other and 2 separate meeting spots. You should also have a fire evacuation plan and practice your escape route. Meredith, the Red Cross has actually just come out with a brand new app, and as you can see, I have it right here on my phone. Now, the app allows you to find shelters near you, check out emergency procedures of all different kinds in crisis situations. It even allows you to create an escape route for you and your family. Now, the app is free, and the Red Cross encourages everyone to download this app and take advantage of this helpful tool. Live in the newsroom, Caitlin Wilson, NBC, right now.
Time now for our first check of the weather out there, and today was a bit of a transition day. Had that low pressure center over the top of us yesterday, and it's been slowly pulling out to the east. You can see it up in northern Idaho, western Montana on our satellite radar here. We're still getting some gusty winds from that departing system. Right now, winds up to 32 miles an hour around Ellensburg, 30 mile an hour winds around Yakima. It's mostly cloudy and 77 in the Tri-Cities right now, 72 and partly cloudy in Yakima. Overnight tonight, clearing skies and decreasing winds, and our temperatures dropping into the 40s in the overnight and the early morning hours, making it one of the coolest mornings we've seen in some time by tomorrow morning. But once we get our sunshine back tomorrow, it's going to be mostly sunny skies and warmer temperatures as we head for the weekend. I'm back in a few minutes, and we'll be checking out that extended outlook. Meredith?
Thank you, Tim. Well, more local news. It was an extra special day at the Don and Lori Watts Pediatric Center at Cadlick in Richland.
A luxury sports car owner brought 2 of his fancy cars to the hospital this afternoon, and several young patients got to go outside and sit in the running cars. Some even got to rev up those powerful engines. Car owner Mark Wondrak says he wanted to give the kids a unique experience.
Because I didn't even get the chance to sit in a Ferrari until I was over 40. And so I always kind of tease kids, and I go, I'm giving you something that I didn't get until I was 40 years old. I just like sharing the experience. You know, I'm very fortunate in life, and I want to share that with others that may not have the same experience that I can get.
Got some thunder there. In case you're wondering, the cars Wondrak brought to the hospital today were a 2013 Ferrari and a 2012 McLaren. Some pretty nice wheels.
I know. Have you ever been in either one of those?
I have not. I need to go find Mark Wondrak and have him give me a ride around town.
I had a friend that had a McLaren. I'm telling you, they are some powerful, powerful machines. Vehicles. Oof.
Still ahead tonight, CVS Caremark has changed its corporate name.
And starting today, the drugstore chain is no longer selling tobacco products. We'll tell you why the change is coming up.